Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy Monday. What day is it? Nobody knows what day it is. I'll give y'all just a minute to hop on here live. If you're watching the replay, make sure you comment and let me know so I know you're here. Hey Priscilla, hey Gabby, how are you? Gabby is one of my newest team members and she is on here ready to learn. I'm so proud of you. Hey Chelsea. So we have 11 on so far, but only 2 of you are popping up. So if I leave you out, I'm not doing it on purpose. Hey April, another one of my new teamies. Look at y'all showing up ready to learn. I love it. This training is for you. If you are a newer consultant or if you have decided that you are ready to really grow your business, then this is going to be the training for you. So I'm really excited about it. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Morgan McGee. I'm your Superstar Director if you're here on this page. And I've been with Scentsy for 8 years now. So 8. I joined in 2014, so yes, 8. I'm kind of losing track at this point. Hey, Heather. So I have been through all the things, consultant-wise, leadership-wise, all the things, and personal-wise. So I've worked my business through every single circumstance that has been thrown at us with no excuses, and I have pivoted and I've figured it out. Keep in mind, I'm not a good pivoter. I have never been good with change, but I've had to learn to be okay with change and how to pivot and make things work. So I have had to shift my mindset to a more positive mindset. I was very negative when I joined Scentsy. I was just kind of raised in that kind of environment, so that's just the way I was. I had to switch to a positive mindset. I had to learn to, as soon as I had a negative thought, to switch it to what can be positive in this. So I had to switch my mindset. I had to learn how to be okay with everything not being planned. When I married into the Army, that's when that happened real quick. I had to learn how to just, get used to change. And since then we've moved 8 or 9 times. So basically an average of 1 time a year. So you can imagine that is a lot of change happening. But yet I promoted to director within a year, star director within 2 years, and superstar director, which is the top of the company, within 3 years. So I want you to know that this can be done no matter what your circumstances, no matter how big you want to build your business, or if you, whether you want to be part-time income, full-time income, extra income. This training is going to be for you. This is for everyone. These are things that I still have to do as a leader, things that I will never stop doing as a leader. Sorry, I have somebody coming to pick something up, so I'm just keeping an eye out. But these are things you should never, ever, ever stop doing. And I have learned lessons along the way in my leadership and in my journey of being a business owner and a consultant, that when I do stop doing these things, if I ever accidentally slack on any of these important things and start doing too much fluff or focusing too much on leadership and not the basics, that is when your business will start to shift and fall apart. You will start to notice, why have I been recruiting so well and now my recruiting is so down, and it's so easy to say, oh, well, this and that, blame it on other people. It's always your fault. I just want to start there. It is always your fault. If something is going wrong in your business, you need to look at what you are doing or what you are not doing and figure out what is working, what is not working, and change that. So maybe you take something out, maybe you add something in. If you've been with Scentsy for a long time like me, I have to go back and think what was working that year for me to recruit so well, to earn annual mentor, to do this and that, to, I have to think back on what was I doing that year that was working that I have slacked off on. Not intentionally slacked off on, it just happens. And that's okay, that's normal. You get caught up in life, you get caught up in leadership, you get caught up in this and that, and things can fall on the back burner. And it just happens. Let me make sure. Okay, sorry. So I just wanted to start with that, and we're just going to dive right into it. First of all, look how cute these are. Look at these little 10 by 13 mailers. How cute. I just had to show y'all. They're sitting right here, so they're just so cute. I think I'm going to do like Valentine's Day mystery bags, or like Valentine grams or something, like where people can send this as a gift to anybody they want to, and it'll be in this little bag. I think it's so cute. So, the first thing, excuse my dogs barking at this person coming to pick this stuff up. The first thing I did consistently and well while building a business, I'm going to tell you the things I did to build a business and the things I still make sure to do to continue building my business. Because like I said, it never stops. The basics never ever stop. And if you're a leader and you ever stop the basics, guess what else is going to happen? Your team is going to stop the basics. They are watching what you're doing. I don't care if you're a lead consultant with one team member or if you're a superstar director with 200 team members. They are watching you whether you know it or not. And if you're not showing them how you're working and you're not doing these things, they're going to see that. They're going to follow whatever you're doing. So there's that. Anyway, I keep getting like sidetracked. That's just my brain. So the first thing I did the first and biggest thing I did while growing my business to grow it quickly was partying. I don't care what kind of parties you do. You need to do what kind of parties work for you. And you also need to be open to trying different parties and offering different options to your customers. Because you may have a customer who loves home parties, who loves to entertain people, who has a ton of friends that would come over in person, but they are not on social media, or they can't do a bag party because they work at home and they don't ever see anybody. So keep in mind different options for each host. Number one, too, if you're watching this, you need to be taking notes on all these things. And if you aren't in a place right now where you can take notes, if you're driving, if you're showering, whatever you may be doing, if you're not sitting down focusing on the training, go back later and rewatch it and take notes. Because I'm telling you right now, I am telling you every single step to build a successful business, to get to where I'm at, to get to a 6-figure income. And like I said, if you don't want that, that is okay. You're still going to do these same things. The consistency of these things is what will get you however far you want to get. So, partying. So what I personally did, I did Facebook parties and I did bag parties. I lived 24 hours away from home when I joined Scentsy, and I had just moved there. I had only lived there for a year, and yes, that may be a long time to some people, but I didn't know anybody yet. Like, I'm a hermit. I'm an introvert. And over the years, Scentsy has got me out of my shell to where I can talk to people, to where I can go live and do trainings, to where I can have a conversation with someone without being super awkward. I'm still kind of awkward, but that has been part of my personal growth with Scentsy. But I didn't know anybody. I had a couple of friends-ish that were, they were more of acquaintances. They were wives of my husband's army buddies. So that is where I started. And I started with social media and like my friends and family back home. So I made it a point to do 6 to 8 parties a month. Write it down, 6 to 8 parties a month. How you're going to do that is you're going to front load your calendar. When you're booking your parties, you're going to front load your calendar. You're going to have as many parties in the first 2 weeks as possible. These are all things I did and still do. As many parties in the first 2 weeks as possible. Why do you do that? This gives you time You're going to have hosts cancel. You're going to have parties that are terrible, that the host does not follow your host coaching, that they don't even show up to their own party, that nobody shows up to their party, or they join. So maybe they join. Maybe you flip their orders and you give them their starter kit with the host rewards and they join. So what happens? You lose the PRV. So, which is what you want. You want to lose that PRV and get a new team member. Trust me, if you're in the mindset of I don't want to lose a sale or I don't want to lose a customer, you have the wrong mindset. And I've been there. I understand. But when you start to see your team grow and you see that your team is your income for tomorrow and all the way down the road, then that is where, and you see it just start to impact people's lives because you gave more than you took, you're going to realize, oh, she was right. I could afford to lose 500 PRV to gain a team member and help them change their freaking life. So you're always going to get rewarded in the long run. When you do the right thing and you give more than you take in this business, whew, you're gonna realize it. You're gonna be so blessed. So front load your calendar. This gives you space, like I said, for cancellations, for hosts that are terrible, that don't show up to their own party, or if it's just not the right time for them right now. They've got, something unexpected that came up. They have to cancel, move their party, that kind of thing. So, and if you overbook, so book 10 parties in the first 2 weeks, then that gives you space also to know that you're probably at least going to have 6 successful parties. So with every party, make it a goal to reach at least 500. Don't make the goal 200. That's the low end. You want to set the bar high, but not crazy high. You want to set the bar at 500 minimum and then work from there. So that gives them, you tell them, because that gives them the biggest tier of host rewards. That's where it goes up to 15% host credit. And this month, they get, 6 half-offs? Is that right? With the double host rewards? It's crazy. And they can get a half-off air purifier now with a lower amount party. So this double host rewards thing, if you're not working it, you really need to be working it. It's a huge deal, especially if your customers who want clean air or a diffuser, because those take multiple half-offs. But 6 to 8 parties a month. That is what I did. I joined in 2014. So I didn't have Facebook Live. I didn't have hardly any resources on how in the world to do an online party. I just did what I could. I posted flyers and took my own pictures that were horrible. And by the way, flyers are not cool anymore. Don't do that. That was back then. This is now. You have pictures, you have video, you have live, you have stories, you have all these things. Y'all don't even realize how lucky you are right now compared to how it was when I joined. And before I joined, the people didn't even have social media at all. So if all of us could build our business, you can definitely build your business. There's unlimited people in this world and on social media for free. So, but party. However you can party, choose a really fun type of party that brings you joy, or two, and focus 1000% on perfecting that. And do that. Pick something you enjoy and love, make it work, perfect it, train on it. There's unlimited trainings on YouTube, not just my channel, everywhere. And on the workstation. See, we didn't even have that when I joined. I didn't have resources on the workstation. I had one person that I watched on YouTube. That's how I learned everything. That's how I got to where I'm at. So, party. Party, party, party. If you need training on parties, like in-depth training, that's not for today's training. YouTube. I'm just going to point you there. Number 2, networking. Oh, let me go back on the partying topic, why you want to party, because this is important. Some of you are like, okay, I'll party. You have to party. Do not take me serious when I say you must party. You're not going to grow your business if you do not party. So if you don't like to party or you're not willing to party, you're in the wrong kind of business model. You have to meet new people. And that's where this is going to tie into the next one, which is networking. You are in a network marketing business. Okay? Networking means meeting new people through other people's networks. So the fastest way to build your business is not by going out and, giving a sample to a fast food worker. Absolutely, yes, do that. But 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get anything from that. I'm not saying don't do it. Do it. Every single opportunity you have to give a sample to someone, do it. But you need to ultimately have a way to get back in touch with them, at least to follow up with them. So, put your contact info on it, all the things. But if you can at all possible get contact info to follow up with them, you need to do that, because people are too busy. People are not going to remember to text you and say, hey, I love that scent. Every once in a while it will happen. It's just like with a car decal. If you don't have a car decal on your car, you're not going to get any new customers when you're out driving around to a store or your car is sitting in the driveway. If you have a decal on your car, you have a chance of getting a new customer. If you're out in public and you're not wearing a Scentsy branded shirt, you're not going to get a new customer just from walking through the store. If you're wearing your Scentsy branded shirt, you have a chance of getting a new customer walking through the store. And that customer can turn into a team member. That customer can turn into your next director, your first director. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars down the road. You don't know what one person can do for your business. You're one person away from changing your entire business. So always remember that. But like I said, that's networking. That is networking. And the real meat and potatoes of networking is thinking of each person as an open door to a new network. So when you have a party, you have one host. But guess what? She's inviting 10 people, 20 people, however many. If you get 10 people in that party, just 10 people in that party, you focus on booking 2 parties at every single party. That's another thing I did. Every single party I had, I made sure to book 1 to 2 parties. Again, if you need help with how to book parties off parties, YouTube. Focus on booking more parties at every single party you have. Because yes, you can party. It's great. You got 10 new customers at that one party. But if you would have booked 2 more parties at that party, that's 20 more new customers at their parties. And 20 more new customers at their parties, so now you're at 40 new customers. And 20 new at their parties, so now you're at 60 new customers. All within a month or 2. That is what people don't realize a lot of times. So I wanted to explain that so that you understand why partying is important. Because look how quickly that just grew your network and your customer base. And those are all people now that use and love Scentsy that will either reorder, or you'll have a conversation with them about joining Scentsy Club, or you'll have a conversation with them about hosting their own party, or you'll have a conversation with them about joining. So if you don't get anything else out of today's training, take that advice. 6 to 8 parties a month. Focus on booking 1 to 2 parties at every single party. And brand yourself when you go places. Have a decal on your car. Wear a shirt. Carry a Scentsy bag. Always have samples on you. Always have samples and business cards on you. Don't ever get caught Scentsy naked. Always have something on you that you can give to people, because the last thing you want is to go to a store with a shirt on and somebody's like, oh, I love Scentsy. Do you have, how do I get in touch with you to order? And you're like, I don't have anything. Or even worse is somebody who has no idea what Scentsy is and they ask about it. And they're like, ooh, Scentsy, I love fragrance. Like, what is Scentsy? I need to know about this. And then you have no samples to give them to try. And you're like, don't mind me, I'm just unprofessional. So take things with you. Have things with, I have a mobile office in my car. I always have samples, scent circles, catalogs, business cards, which I have a digital business card now, so it's different. I have the dot card, but I do still carry regular business cards just in case. And bulbs, just in case. So, you know, have wax samples, have maybe something non-wax. You don't have to, but I do keep scent circles as well. A lot of people will say your car smells amazing if you go through a drive-thru or something at, you know, whatever place you're at, through a drive-thru, a pharmacy, a fast food place, and you can literally give them a scent circle and be like, here, let me know how you like this. Let me give you my number so you can text me, or let me give you my Facebook. Are you on Facebook? Whatever, if you have time to do that. But make sure it's labeled with your information at minimum. So, partying and networking. Partying and networking, partying and networking. Share Scentsy everywhere you go. Share Scentsy with everyone you know, everyone you don't know. Take a bag party with you when you go get your nails done. Take a bag party with you when you go get your hair done. Take a bag party with you when you go to the doctor, or your kid goes to the doctor, or one of you is going to the dentist, or you're going to the eye doctor, or you're going to wherever. Take a bag party with you. Number 3. So number 1 was party. Number 2 was network. Number 3 is, and partying and networking ties in together, like I said, but partying is the fastest way to network and the most effective way to network. Most of my customers now, I would say 95%, if not more, are from a party that I didn't know when I joined. Like I said, I didn't know anybody when I joined, so I used the few people I did know to start growing my business. I figured out who they knew. I had them host a bag party. I called people back home, my family, friends, please host an online party for me. I was doing mostly online because everybody I knew was back home. Okay, number 3, sponsoring. Sorry, I'm always all over the place when I train, but that's just me, and I've accepted it, and that's just the way I am. So, number 3 is sponsoring. I have a lot of trainings on sponsoring. I have a basics playlist on my YouTube channel. So I have a selling basics video and I have a sponsoring basics video, and I believe I have, maybe that's all I've added to that specific playlist. This will go on it, of course. But I have a lot of Scentsy Club trainings. I have a lot of sponsoring trainings, but start with that one because it's the basics. Sponsoring basics, here's what I did to grow my business, okay? I had a conversation about joining with every single person I had the opportunity to talk to about joining. If they were a host, they were going to know that they could join and get paid on their purchases and get those host rewards, and they could flip their party. If they were a club member, which we didn't have club, I'm telling you, y'all are blessed, okay? We are so blessed now. If they're a club member, I'm talking to them about how they can earn commission on their club purchases. Because it makes no sense for people to have a club and order every single month and spend all, not be a consultant. And they need to know that. They don't know that unless you tell them that. It doesn't make sense for people to order from you constantly and spend all this money and love Scentsy so much and not join. Why are they not a consultant? They don't know unless you tell them. Never, ever, ever, ever expect people to come to you to join. It will start happening with enough consistency, with enough sharing your story. That's the other thing. I shared my story on social media every chance I got. I still do. I put my story in every single piece of information that goes into my customers' hands. If I'm bagging an order, my story goes in there. If I'm sending out thank you mail, my story goes in there. If I'm meeting a new customer in public, my story goes in there. What I did as a new consultant, I printed off my story with a picture of my family on Microsoft Word and had it on a bunch of pieces of paper, folded up, and I gave it out. That is what I did. Don't think you have to be fancy if you can't afford it yet. That is all I did. Sharing your story, because that's what connects with people. People don't care about Scentsy as much as they do you as a person. They can buy Scentsy from anyone. So if you're not sharing your story and giving them something to connect with and relate with, they don't have a reason to buy from you. They need to love you. They need to connect with you. And that ties in with sponsoring. Because if you're not sharing your story, if you're not sharing even your successes that you have with Scentsy, they're not going to see you as a leader who takes their business seriously, and they're not going to connect with you as a person either. When they start to connect with you as a person, when you build a relationship with them, when you're sharing your story every single week at least on social media, if you're putting your story in every single order, they're going to connect with you and they're going to want to join you. But if you're just some random consultant talking to them about joining, they're going to be like, bye. They don't care. They don't want that. Do you want that? Probably not. So connect with people. Share your story consistently. Share your story every single party you have. Every single Facebook Live party, share your story at the beginning. Put your story in your bag parties. Any kind of party you're doing, put your story in there, okay? I don't care if you think your story is not good or it's not valuable or whatever. It will speak to someone. I promise you. No matter if you're a brand new consultant and you joined for personal growth and it's already helping you with that, or if you're a superstar director like me who has financial freedom and, makes a 6-figure income and can literally do all the things, like, it doesn't matter where you're at in your journey, it's going to speak to someone. And to be honest, my story doesn't speak to as many people as yours does, because people will look at my story half the time and think that's out of reach. So tell your story. Believe in your story. Believe in this company. Love this company. Love these products. Share it with everyone. So with sponsoring, like I said, I had a conversation with every single person I could. At least 30 conversations a month is what I was doing. So, and still am. When I say I still do these things. It's just this is what I did in the process of building my business as a lead consultant or a certified consultant to get to director and to keep it going. But, every single host, every single loyal customer, every single guest at a party that is like super excited, super interested in what's going on, every clubber, everyone possible. Every mom you see on Facebook posting about how they're going insane at home and they need something to do. Every person you see post that they're struggling financially and need like a part-time job, or keep your opportunity goggles on. I will never forget that. Katie Farner taught me that, and it will be stuck in my brain forever. Opportunity goggles on always. So I'm trying to make sure I didn't leave anything else out on sponsoring. 30 conversations a month, at least 5 a week. Okay? Break it down. That is, let me write a note really quick so I don't forget this. Okay. Go live as much as possible. Again, I didn't have that as a newer consultant. I just had to record a video and post it if I wanted to do that. But I was lost. I didn't know what to do. I was so awkward. I've posted my first videos on here before for y'all to see the growth. And I was so awkward. I did not know what I was doing. I hated the way I looked. I hated the way I sound. But I had to realize, if I'm going to grow my business and get my family anywhere and get out of where I'm at right now, I have to do these scary things. No, this is just part of everything I'm talking about. Because you can go live about a million things. You can go live to unbox your product. You can go live to show the scent and warmer of the month. You can go live to show you making samples. You can go live to share your story, which by the way is huge. Go live to unbox your starter kit if you're a new consultant. Go live for your parties. It's endless. Go live about anything. It don't even have to be Scentsy. Go live about something else. Go live showing you decorating your house if you like to do that. Go live cooking something if you like to cook. I don't know. Wear your Scentsy shirt though. So go live every chance you get. That is face-to-face connection with people, and that's what people need. Okay? They don't need words. They need face-to-face connection and words. So use that to your ability. You have a live button that you can click at any flipping time, and it doesn't have to be for long. Go live for 5 minutes. That's something I did consistently when it became a thing. I hated it. I felt so terrified and uncomfortable and wanted to throw up every time I hit the button. But guess what? Look at where I'm at now. I can go live anytime, any day. Don't care if I just rolled out of bed, what I look like. I don't get nervous anymore with live unless I'm speaking in front of like thousands of people. So you can learn anything. You can build your confidence in anything. Confidence is a learned skill. It doesn't just come to you. Confidence comes with repetition. Confidence in going live for me came with repetition. I did it until I realized I could do that. Just like if you have trouble talking to people about joining. I did it until I realized I could do it and was confident in it. Every single thing I've done in this business has been learned. And you can learn anything. There's endless resources, and you will eventually get confident in that area. So, number 4 is Scentsy Club. So, which are loyal customers. They're customers that you have locked in for as long as they'll keep their subscription. And they are a great intro to a recruiting conversation, sponsoring conversation. So if you have clubbers, if you have a customer or a host, and you talk to them about club, all the perks of club, whatever the specific perk is that would be best for them, and they get in club, then they start being dedicated to ordering, they make that commitment to ordering Scentsy every month or 2 or 3. That's a huge commitment. I don't know about y'all, but I don't have any auto ships other than with one company and Scentsy. So that's a huge commitment. And if they love Scentsy enough to do that, they need to be a consultant. So club is a huge intro to sponsoring. And another thing that I did and still do was I lived by the rule, join, host, buy. So you always want them to join first. If they don't want to join, you want them to host. If they don't want to host, then you want them to buy. And now you have the club option. So when they do end up wanting to buy, you want them to buy through club if possible before they just place an order. So never take an order without that join combo, without that club combo, without that host combo. That's the easiest way to hold yourself accountable to when you're having conversations with a customer or taking an order. That is something I live by. It is something that built my business to where it is I kept that in the forefront of my brain. Have the important conversations before you just take their order. Because you just taking their order, that's doing nothing. It's not moving the needle in your business. Yes, you're getting some PRV. But what if you would have asked them to what if you would have asked them to join? What if you would have asked them to join club? And then they became a monthly order. What if you would have asked them to host and they brought you 20 new customers, 40 new customers, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 800 customers down the road? That's how far one person can take your business. So club, and like I said, I have multiple club trainings on my YouTube channel, and there's so many out there as well. But I have presented at Scentsy events on Scentsy Club. I have 70 plus Scentsy Club subscribers. I get anywhere from 1,200 to 1,800 PRV a month just from Scentsy Club, depending on the month. I know my Scentsy Club. I know how to get clubbers. I know how to do the thing. So watch my trainings if you're struggling with Scentsy Club or if you're not very familiar with it yet. It is so important to your business. Imagine waking up on the first of every month knowing you have already reached your active goal or your leadership 500 PRV goal for the month or whatever when those club subscriptions bill, and you think, wow, instead of 2,000 PRV this month, I can set the bar higher for 2,500 PRV because I already have this other guaranteed PRV. So Scentsy Club is amazing. You are very, very blessed to have it. I hope you realize that. We did not have Scentsy Club before 2020, or was it 2019? Anyway, I don't remember. 2020 was when I really, really started focusing hard on growing my Scentsy Club base. So it's so important. But do not hyper-focus so much on growing your club that you stop partying. Don't make that mistake, because I did that at one point, and yes, my club base was growing. Yes, I was getting all this PRV, but guess what was happening? My network wasn't growing enough for me to have enough people to have sponsoring conversations with. So guess what? Then I wasn't recruiting as strongly as I usually do. It all starts with the foundation, and that is partying, networking, connection. All right, so these are like qualities I had, I guess, and you have to have to build a successful business, or, just actions you need to take. So you need to have goals. First thing, you need to have goals. You've got to have goals to push you. So you need to set the bar high with your goals, but you don't need to overset the bar, but you also need to you need to be okay if you don't reach a goal. And you need to look at that and say, what could I have done better? What did I not do? What could I have done better to where I can reach that goal this month? We miss the mark on our goals. We all do. It's okay. If you're super hard on yourself, like I am, you've got to just learn to be okay with not reaching that goal and use that as a learning experience and an opportunity for growth. So, set goals, set party goals, set new customer goals. How many new customers you want to get every month? A lot of people won't tell you to do that. Whether it's through referrals, which, you need a referral system. Ask your customers to refer their friends. Tell them what's in it for them. I just send a scent circle when I get a referral with a little note on it. That's it. Completely lost my train of thought. Completely. What was I talking about? Somebody help me. Goals. Goals. Okay. Set goals for partying, for how many new customers you're going to get, for how many sponsoring conversations you need to have, for how many new recruits you want to have every month. And back to the sponsoring topic. 2 new recruits every single month is what you want. So 2-2-2 rule. Okay. Actually, I'm going to make it the 2-2-2-2 rule now. So write this down. The 2-2-2-2 rule. Live by this, okay? So live by the thing that I said about join, host, club. Join, host, buy. Live by that, but also live by this rule. 2,000 PRV a month. That's going to come from those parties. The 6 to 8 parties and your club and you're, doing all the things you're supposed to do. 2,000 PRV a month, 2 new recruits a month. That's going to come with the consistent conversations. On the recruiting topic also, I have to say this while I'm here. Follow up every single month with the people on your list who are interested. Every single month. That's something I've done always. Something I will always do forever and ever. Follow up with them every single month. So 2,000 PRV, 2 new recruits every month. What am I forgetting? 2 new club every month. Maybe that's it. 2. Oh my gosh. That has to be it. 2,000 PRV every month. 2 new recruits every month. Listen, I'm pregnant and my brain is crap right now. 2,000 PRV a month. 2 new recruits a month. 2 new club a month. Yeah, that's got to be it. There's nothing else, right? Somebody on here tell me if I'm insane. 2 new 2,000 VRB. 2 new recruits a month. 2 new clubbers a month. Nope, that's it. That's it. So 2, 2, 2. Yep, that's it. All right. Hey, that is great. Heather just said 2 bookings per party. Yes. That is great to add in there if you want to do that. That is great. I've never thought of that. I love that. Okay. So live by that rule. That's how you're going to set your goals. And then, why are you going to reach the goals? Why are you going to show up and work when you don't want to work? Why are you going to build this business? Why do you want to have parties? Why do you want to grow your team? Why do you want to make money? Why do you want to do all these things? Why do you want personal growth from this business? What is your why? And that's going to take some digging very, 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 very deep until you find something that is big enough that's going to make you show up when you don't want to show up. It's going to make you show up when you're hearing no, 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 until you hear a yes. It's going to make you show up when you're having a hard day. It's going to make you show up when you have no brain capacity left to work your business because you had such a rough day. What's going to make you show up when you don't want to get out of bed? Maybe you struggle with depression. What's going to make you show up despite that? What's going to make you show up despite the amount of anxiety you have about going and talking to someone or hitting the Facebook Live button? What is so important to you that you would do anything on this earth to make it happen? You know what that is. I don't know what that is for you, but you know what that is. That's your why. And you need to have it plastered all over the place. You need to know what that why is. You need to know what you're working toward. And then you need to have these 3 things that I'm about to tell you to make those goals happen that are going to make those dreams happen. You've got to dream. You've got to not just have goals and a why and all things. You have to dream. And you have to dream so much bigger than you think you're deserving of. And so much bigger than you think could ever be possible. Because if you dream small, again, it's not moving the needle in your business. You're playing small and you're staying stuck at that point. Dream big. So once you have that why and you know your goals for the month, you got to have consistency. You've got to have commitment, and you've got to have discipline. And a lot of you lack at least one of those. And only you know which one of those you suck at. So you've got to look at yourself and say, what do I need to do to fix this? I've never had a problem personally with consistency. I have a goal, and I'm going to work my butt off every single day in some way, even if it's for 5 minutes having a follow-up conversation that day. I'm going to post on social media every single day other than the weekends because I take weekends off with my family. So if I want to post on the weekend, I can, but I'm not like working on the weekend. If you struggle with commitment, there's a reason why. If you struggle with discipline, there's a reason why. And that reason is that you don't have the internal motivation it takes to be consistent and show up every day. To commit to yourself and your business and your family or whatever your why is and your goals. And you don't have the discipline to make yourself do it when nobody else is making you do it. You are the boss. It's hard being your own boss. It's very hard. When you don't want to show up and work, it's very hard to have the discipline to make yourself go do something. But do you know why I've got to where I'm at and I've had consistency and commitment and discipline? It's because my why is big enough that there is no way I would let those little things, those temporary feelings, affect my 5-year dreams, my 10-year dreams, my legacy, my family's future, my kids' future. There's no way. So that's how big your why needs to be. It needs to be so big that you would do whatever it takes to make that happen and to work this business and believe in yourself and show up. It's not just in business and being a business owner. It's taking care of yourself physically. It's taking care of yourself mentally. It's taking care of yourself, putting good food in your body. So many people struggle with commitment in all these areas, and I did for a long time. A lot of you know I work out 5 days a week now. I eat 90% super clean. And we used to not be that way. I found it in me after I had a kid, specifically, to realize why I was actually doing this. And it wasn't to look a certain way. It wasn't for that. It was for my mental health, so I could be a better mom and a better wife. It was for my physical health, so I could live a long life for my kids. It was for my physical health, so I could feel strong, not see a number on the scale, not look a certain way, but to feel comfortable in my clothes and with myself and feel confident in my body and to feel good, to have energy, to not feel like crap because I ate fast food all day, to be healthy, to be strong. That is why I work out, to be strong, to feel strong. I love to feel strong. So you have to find bigger, deeper whys. Not just, I want to eat healthy right now. Like, I used to do that, and a lot of people do that. I'm eating healthy right now. What is that? You're eating healthy right now. Right now, just for 2 weeks. Why? For why? Come on now. And I know some of you say that. Stop saying that. Change your lifestyle if you want to be healthy. If you don't want to be healthy, just keep eating fast food. But if you want to be healthy, change your lifestyle. Okay, I didn't come on here to preach about fitness and nutrition and whatnot, but it happened, okay? So, y'all have any questions? I really have to pee. And I just peed before we started this. This is, oh my gosh. Pregnancy is a struggle. This baby stays on my bladder 24/7. And she will move a certain way and it's like, ooh, feel like I have to pee. It's the craziest thing. Ooh, Michelle, I like that. Some of you need to write this down. She said you're never going to be good at something until you do it and suck at it first. Be willing to suck at it. Be willing to be uncomfortable. Be comfortable with getting uncomfortable. If you're in a comfort zone, if you're right here in your little comfort zone, you're not going to get anywhere. You got to get out of that comfort zone. You got to get real uncomfortable. Real uncomfortable. And if you have a big enough why, you'll do it. Nothing will stop you from hitting that live button. Your negative thoughts won't stop you from hitting that live button. Your negative thoughts won't stop you from asking somebody else to join when you've heard no 8 times. Buy sell pages are awesome. That's a great way to network and a great way to find new customers. I use, anytime I sell something on Marketplace, for example, this person that just came to pick this up, I'm going to friend request them. I'm going to try to check out what they're like, look at their page a little bit, try to find something in common, or just, regardless, send them a friend request. Because they're going to start watching you. They're going to start watching your stories. I've had people come buy something from me and I friend requested them and they turn into customers. They turn into hosts. They turn into team members. You never know. That's another opportunity. That's people. Wherever there's people, there is opportunity. There's customers. There's people everywhere who need Scentsy. There's people everywhere who need extra money. So, if you're not finding those people, another consultant will, or they will find a consultant on the locator that is not you. So, buy sell pages are great. Marketplace is great. Just obviously know the compliance rules, know what you can and cannot post, that kind of thing. If you have a neighborhood Facebook page, I don't have that anymore because we don't live in a subdivision anymore, but we've lived in multiple subdivisions. I use my neighborhood Facebook page. I introduce myself to the neighborhood with a picture of me and my family. I tell them I'm the scent lady in their neighborhood. If they need home fragrance, they need car fragrance, they need cleaners, laundry, anything they might need to let me know. I have testers that they can smell. You got to get yourself out there. The third point, yes, was discipline. Consistency, commitment, and discipline. You know, so many people talk about your why and setting goals and dreaming and all these things. And yes, you have to do those things, but there's so much more to it. It goes so much deeper than that. You can set a goal all day long and stare at it every single day and not do a dang thing to make it happen. But what's going to make you make that happen? Consistency, discipline, commitment, and your why is tied into all those things. You're not just going to wake up and be consistent and disciplined just because. It's just not going to happen. So, you will struggle. You will struggle. Nothing is easy about this business, but this business is so freaking simple. It is so simple, and people overcomplicate it. People start adding in fluff. People start thinking they need to buy these poly mailers because I buy them. People think they need to, I don't even know. They think they need to make a fancy sample just because somebody else did. They think they need to spend hours on samples when they don't have to spend hours on samples. Y'all saw me crinkle cut all these, bring back my bars over here. Y'all saw me do that? You know how long that would have took me to make felt samples of all those just because I wanted them to be cute? Nobody cares if they're cute. They're going to throw them in their warmer and smell them. They just need to smell it. Like, stop trying to do everything everybody else is doing. Cut the fluff out. Cut out the dessert and focus on the meat and potatoes. And you're going to grow your business. Focus on the fundamentals. And that is the things I told you today. We're not talking about anything else but those fundamentals, okay? Do those consistently for 6 months. And your business is going to change. I promise you. And I want to know in 6 months when you've done them. I want to know every single month when you've done them. So if you're on this training, I want you to text me or message me on Instagram or Facebook and tell me your progress every single month. And when you hit that 6 month mark, I bet you've advanced at least 1 or 2 titles, maybe 3. I'm going to make you that promise. But you have to do the work. You can sit here and listen to me all day long and take all the notes. Again, you can have all the notes in the world, but if you close that notebook and throw it in your drawer and never look at it again, that does you no good. Take action on what you learned today. I hope y'all learned so much, and I love y'all so much, and I appreciate y'all, and I cannot wait to see y'all grow. So, y'all have a great rest of your day.